man steal more than $12 billion in one of the biggest financial frauds in history? And how does he nearly get away with it?
This is the story of the collapse of the founder and CEO of FTX.
Some estimates that say $1 billion in revenue last year.
Those numbers are reasonable.
Known for his mop of curly hair, Sam Bankman-Fried was the golden boy of crypto, mingling with the rich and powerful.
Save for Mark Zuckerberg, no one in history has ever gotten so rich so young.
The cryptocurrency whiz kid who in less than 3 years built a multi-billion-dollar empire.
How did you do this so quickly?
And then lost it all. Today sentenced to 25 years in prison for swindling more than $12 billion from users of his now bankrupt crypto trading platform, FTX.
I'm getting into crypto.
Bankman-Fried's lawyers called for leniency, citing the 32-year-old's autism and positive intentions.
My goal is to do as much good as I can for the world.
But prosecutors proved Sam acted out of greed, using customers' cash to make risky investments, shower politicians with donations, and buy luxury properties.
In the Bahamas, he lives with 10 roommates.
Siphoning billions from FTX to his private hedge fund, Alameda Research.
You do know, and you did know, that FTX deposits were being funneled to Alameda.
So I was vaguely aware that was how some wires were being sent in the first place.
Didn't that set off alarm bells in your head?
Bankman-Fried victims, prosecutors said, were thousands of everyday people, including some from war-torn and unstable countries, who had entrusted their life savings to FTX.
To every single fraudster out there who thinks that they're untouchable, those folks should think again.
In court today, the former Wonder Kid declared he was sorry for a series of bad decisions. However,
Sam appeared somewhat robotic or unemotional when he addressed the court ahead of sentencing.
The judge called Bankman-Fried remorseless. His efforts to present himself as a good guy, just an act. That his goal was power and influence.
I lost $2 million, and that was for a family home and for my children's education, and that was overnight.
Well, Tom Mitchelhill is an expert in crypto and has followed both Sam Bankman-Fried's meteoric rise and his seismic fall. Tom, he was one of crypto's brightest stars. So how did Sam get away with this for as long as he did?
Listen, Sam got away with it for as long as he did. He put out like this really, really good kind of PR and essentially crafted this like really, really wonderful, benevolent personality around being like a very altruistic, charitable kind of guy. He drove a Toyota Corolla. He didn't buy expensive stuff. Well, that's what he said. And it misled a lot of people into thinking that he was that person. But, you know, with the sentencing this morning, we can see that that's very much not the case.
How did he get caught?
That's an interesting one. So he got caught back in November in 2022. And what happened was there was a journalist at CoinDesk called Ian Allison, and he wrote this report essentially looking into the books of Alameda Research, which is the trading firm element of FTX. And he found that there was a giant kind of like multi-billion-dollar hole in the books. Now, word of this got out, and it essentially sparked this massive bank run where people rushed to take all their money off the exchange all at once. Now, if FTX had been solvent and it had been doing the things that Sam was saying they did, then he would never have been caught because the money was there. But what the bank run showed us was that the money wasn't there because people were trying to take their money off and they couldn't get it out. So, proof's in the pudding.
Sam said in court he made bad decisions, but they weren't selfish decisions. Do you think he actually believes what he's saying?
The judge presiding over the trial said it, like he was calculated, he was methodical, and this whole time he's been pretending that he wasn't aware. But it's pretty clear that he knew what was going on, and he was trying to play this persona of being unaware and just like this guy that kind of stumbled into this position somehow, and I didn't know that this would go wrong. So to answer your question, yeah, I think Sam believed what he was saying outwardly, but that doesn't lessen the fact that what he did was terrible and defrauded people of billions of dollars.
And to the point where he's going down for 25 years. So do you think any of the victims are going to have a chance of getting their money back?
No one really knows whether or not everyone's going to get all their money back. But the good thing about FTX was is that there was a lot of money tied up in real estate. There was a lot of money tied up in crypto, which has now gone up a lot. So there's a lot of money that the guys that have come in to kind of clean up and pick the bones of this destroyed exchange can now roll through, pick up, and essentially give back to customers. So there's a very good chance that customers will get a lot of their money back from this, yeah.
So 25 years in prison with not much else to do than lift. Will he come out as yoke as you?
Listen, I hope he does. It'd be great. It'd be good. If I went to prison,
every cloud.
If I went to prison, I would just lifting is the only thing I'd do.
Yeah. Well,
Crypto to Crypt Bros.
Tom, thank you so much for taking us through it.
All right. Thanks, guys. Cheers.